Well, what's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. We got to win. We got to win. We ended up taking care of business. We beat an inferior team on the road. I'm not going to apologize to anybody. They're going to say, well, the Cowboys, you just barely beat them. Well, I'll say the San Francisco 49ers barely ended up beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, okay? It's the NFL. Anybody can beat you. Now, I want to say, for all those mother humpers out there that kept saying, well, it's just the Giants. It's just the Giants. Like the Giants are the little Giants, and I'm sure Cop Pizzle is going cray-cray today. And Rio has gone off. Rio is literally like, we're not going to win another game this season. We're not going to win another game this season. But that's the same team that went toe for toe in overtime against the Eagles. Now, of course, we destroy the Giants. It's like, it's just the Giants. Now, other teams struggle against bad teams, and clearly the Commanders with the left hand up are a bad team. They're just terrible. They are terrible. How bad is it? They stink. They literally stink, and their stadium stinks. They got rid of Dan Snyder, and Dan Snyder's stench is still all over the place. Now, I'm not mad about FedEx Field because it was finished in 1995. A little background story to it. RFK Stadium, which is in southwest D.C., right there by the Anacostia River, it got old. It got old, and it was small. It was a baseball. It was one of the cookie-cutter stadiums. Jack Kent Cooke, for his legacy, wanted to build a new stadium, and unfortunately, when he first tried to build it in Alexandria, Virginia, broke ground on it, the people from Alexandria said, we don't want that stank over here. He then tried to get it to Richmond, Virginia. He tried out by Dulles Airport. Finally, Maryland said, we'll take you. He actually built it with his own money, one of the last owners to actually do that. So he built it on the cheap. He built it in a hurry, and it was a dump from day one. And then Dan Snyder came in. The stadium was never designed for 100,000 people. They ended up putting in another 7,000 seats, literally in a cave. Because the overhang, it was like literally a cave. It's so bad that when the ball's punted, you can't see the ball. And then there's obstructed views where there's columns. You might be sitting right with the column in your lap. And so you don't see from the 20 to the 20. In Dallas, we see a giant screen from the 20 to the 20. Imagine not seeing that much of the field. You only see when they go in. It is literally that bad. And when they sold them, when Dan Snyder literally sold that, along with stale, past-dated peanuts and other things, you had to make a decision because you were on a waiting list without seeing the seats. Yeah. And since that time, the attendance has gone down, the waiting list is gone, the stadium has just deteriorated, and they've done little to nothing to take care of it. You'll remember 2 years ago, a railing broke and almost fell on Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts almost got hurt there. You've seen the pipe, a sewer pipe, break and put caca on there, although the stadium says no, it was actually a stormwater pipe. It wasn't sewage. But, a stormwater pipe, it wasn't raining, and it had that much water in there. It's stagnant and stinks. Regardless, you shouldn't be there with a sewer pipe pouring down whatever on you. Well, now that they've actually lost to the New York Giants, now that Sam Howell, that guy they keep saying, is now that guy with the leading interceptions in the NFL, that you lost to the New York Giants that got blown out. The Cowboys had 640 yards of offense against that team, and they said the Giants will never win another game. They're awful. They got a guy who looks like he should be on Jersey Shore more than he should be in the NFL, quarterback him. That dude got 3 TD passes and over 260 yards passing. That dude actually has more TD passes than Daniel Jones, who got $40 million. So this is not just bitch slapping the Washington Commanders. We have exclusive footage because it is so bad that the Commanders have no hot water to take a shower. They literally had to go home in their own stench. It reminds me of the New York Giant guy, comedian, Vic. He's funny as can be. Vic is funny as can be. And he literally said, sit your bare ass down on the bench in your own stank. Because you stank, right? That's the Commanders. They got no hot water because they got a problem with the hot water boiler that feeds the locker rooms. And the only way to fix it or to restart it is to turn off all the water. So if you had the fans there that are throwing up their Italian sub, they need to take a leak because they drank so much beer because they couldn't believe what they were watching, or needed to take a dump, you couldn't flush. So it was like, do we worry about all the fans that have to go to the bathroom, or do we worry about the stank ass team? Well, we have exclusive footage from the locker room of exactly what happened. And let me show you guys right now. Let me show you right now. Here we go. Whoops. My home. Actually, wrong clip. My home team. Oh, goody. Let's go to the clip.
This old body can use a soap.
Yeah, well, forget it because it ain't working again.
I thought they were going to replace this thing.
Hey, no hot water in here.
I've had it with this nickel and dime stuff. I'm going to get that on the phone.
You wanted to talk to the
Yeah.
Don't you think you ought to cover yourself with a towel first, Mr. Brown?
We're out of towel. And I'm too old to go diving in a locker.
I can take it if you can.
What happened to the new whirlpool we were supposed to get?
Revenue problems have forced us to cut back on equipment. Ooh. Cups still work, though. We'll simply have to fix the old world.
Ooh.
You fixed it 6 times already. Now there's no hot water in the shower.
Pipes in this building are old and rusted. We're replacing them, but it's a long, expensive process.
How am I supposed to keep
So-
my players healthy with cold water and no therapy equipment?
Your players will just have to get a little tougher.
Ooh.
What?
Okay, so exclusive look from the Washington Commanders locker room. The pipes are old. They cost money to fix. Wow. They going home in their nice, beautiful, shiny new cars. Expensive ass cars with the stench of losing all over them. And to make matters worse, it's hate week. A short one. Cowboys versus Commanders from back in the day. I'm Mark Holmes, and oh goody, oh goody.
My home team, my loyalty, I'm at Uptown Royalty. We fight for all DC, who are we? I speak facts, facts, I'm not making riddles. The Hawks open big old holes for John Riggo. Chantella's on the team, and you knew that he was smashing. Darryl Green is on the team, and you know nobody's faster. Thought you was gonna score, but I knew that he would catch her. And Doug Williams was the first black quarterbacker to win the big dance. Got 3 rings, win in the big dance. When you got Joe Gibbs, you got a good chance. Let me tell you something about some good fans. Back in the day, RFK was our palace. If you don't know, you need to ask about us. Think we're gonna